everyone. Welcome to Fayette Regional Health Talk. I'm Renee Nesbitt.
And I'm Doug Fischesser. Thank you for joining us. As always, Health Talk is made possible by TV3 and Fayette Regional Health System, so viewers in the Whitewater Valley can be better informed of the health and wellness topics and opportunities in your area.
That's right, Doug. And Fayette Regional Health Talk is also your source for up-to-date health news and events that are important to Connersville, Fayette County, and the entire Whitewater Valley. Leading this edition of Health Talk is a reminder that Fayette Regional is a leader in physical therapy and injury rehabilitation, and our team of certified professionals are committed to getting you back to peak performance for life and sports. On the go, on the job, or on the court, the smallest of injuries can stop you in your tracks. That's why Fayette Regional is here for you with certified athletic trainers and physical therapists working with your doctor to develop your custom treatment plan. Quick treatment from Fayette Regional can lead to a quick recovery to get you back to the active life you enjoy. New patients are being accepted. Visit FayetteRegional.org to learn more.
Fayette Regional Laboratory Services now offer several screenings at discount cash pricing. You don't have to make an appointment, and you don't need an order from a doctor. Direct access lab testing is now available with over 20 different screenings to choose. Results are quick and sent directly to you so that you can share them with your doctor.
Fayette Regional's team includes many specialists in fields such as oncology, cardiology, pulmonology, pain management, therapy services, diagnostic imaging, and more. With dedicated doctors, nurse practitioners, and staff committed to bringing excellent health care to Fayette County and the surrounding area. Fayette Regional is excited to offer Genius 3D mammograph exams. Utilizing advanced breast tomosynthesis technology, Genius exams are clinically proven to significantly increase the detection of breast cancers, while simultaneously decreasing the number of women asked to return for additional testing.
Fayette Regional and St. Vincent offer the power of 2 hospitals for your heart's health. The heart is the most important organ in your body. The heartbeat can be detected as early as 12 weeks and continues to beat 100,000 times every day of your life. If you have a heart problem, come to the best heart program in Indiana. St. Vincent's is rated Indiana's #1 cardiology group, and they are here for you with 7 of Indiana's best physicians and nurse practitioner on staff. It's the power of 2 hospitals for your heart's health, providing unmatched quality and expertise in cardiology.
Fayette Regional's Pulmonology Center offers the area's premier sleep medicine center, offering diagnostic sleep testing in a comfortable home-like setting. Studies show that people who get 7 hours of restful sleep each night lead longer, healthier lives. However, millions suffer daily with sleep disorders that lead to health problems, including high blood pressure, stroke, and heart attacks. If you snore or gasp for air while asleep or are often tired during the day, don't ignore the warning signs. Contact the Fayette Regional Pulmonology Center. For this and more, please visit FayetteRegional.org. When we return, our guest will be in studio to help give us a few more details about HealthWorks Fitness and Wellness Center at Fayette Regional. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Joining us now is David Muterspaw from the Fayette Regional HealthWorks Fitness and Wellness Center in Connorsville. Thanks for joining us, David. Can you tell us a little about yourself?
Yes, thanks for having me as one. I've been a personal trainer for the better part of the last 8 years. I've worked with everyone from D1 athletes all the way up to the elderly people that just want to prevent falling. I have had certifications through NASM and NEDA, and two of the highest certifications you can have for personal training outside of going to college for it.
Awesome. So let's start with the obvious. Many of us will be making some New Year's resolutions. What can HealthWorks do to help us keep those New Year's resolutions?
To start, the biggest thing is we are offering a discounted price for a membership for a paid in full for a full year. For the full year, we are offering for $260, which breaks down to around $21 a month, and which is, again, about a third cheaper than any other local gym in town. Another big thing we offer is a spousal discount, which is kind of unheard of. So if a spouse wants to join with you, the discounted rate is even half of that. It's shown that when you're able to work out with another exercise partner, that your results are greater.
Yeah, that makes sense, absolutely. So is there a contract that has to be signed?
No, we do not offer a contract. The only thing we have you sign is a liability waiver, and that's the only thing you have to sign.
That's nice. What are the hours there at HealthWorks?
We are open 7 days a week. Monday through Thursday is 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday is 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then again on Sunday, we're open 2 to 5.
Okay, 7 days a week is nice.
7 days a week.
So what equipment do you guys offer there in HealthWorks?
As far as our equipment goes, we do have over 25 pieces of cardio equipment, everything from sit-down hand bikes to commercial-grade treadmills. Stair steppers, ellipticals, rowers, anything that you would need for cardio we have. Our strength training equipment is the same. We have every strength training equipment you could use from, again, an athlete to the elderly person. And most of our equipment is Cybex.
Okay. Do you have trainers there that can show you how to use those?
Yes, we have 2 trainers are there, myself being one. I'm pretty much there 9 a.m. to close every day. So I'm always available. If someone needs questions, I always walk people through workouts and stuff like that.
Perfect, perfect. Do you offer special classes?
Yes, we do have several different classes. We have classes from strength boot camps all the way to martial arts. We do Zumba, kickboxing, step aerobics, silver sneakers, yoga, anything you can think of, we do have classes.
Awesome. Can you give us just a little explanation of each of those classes, including the silver sneakers?
Okay, yes, so silver sneakers is one of our most popular. It is for the, again, most clients over 50 that are just looking to just stay moving and stay active. Silver Sneakers is a program that most insurances pay for completely free. So the client can come in and run their insurance card and it's free. They don't pay for anything. All their classes are free. It really is good on their balance and coordination. Yeah. Some of the other classes, Zumba and Zumba Light, just the lighter version is a slower down version of full Zumba. We do have kickboxing, martial arts, yoga, and then our strength boot camps is more or less groups of 1 to 4 people where we do strength-based stuff. Typical people that don't do classes, like the step classes, will do the strength classes to learn new equipment.
Okay, good, good. Are there any other wellness services that you offer?
Yes, we do offer massage therapy by appointment only. They are typically $30 for a half hour and $45 for an hour. We also do offer one-on-one personal training, which is $15 for 30 minutes. And we also do regular blood check and blood pressure for people.
Okay. Speaking of personal training, can you go into that in a little more detail? What exactly is personal training?
So personal training is typically one-on-one with a trainer or one-on-two if some people would rather work with a friend. It is a 30-minute guided workout that is based on the goals that the client and trainer have set previous. So if someone's goal is to lose weight, but they're, unsure of how the equipment works, we're going to go through one-on-one guided workout just to help them get their goals a little faster.
Okay, good. Do you guys offer any kids programs?
Yes, we currently are offering a younger martial arts class, which is ages 8 and up, and it is only $15 for the whole month. And we do have that on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 8 at night.
Okay, that's awesome. Can they just sign up for that then at HealthWorks?
Yep. They just come in and their parents sign up, and typically the parent will come in and sit with them in the class, and then, or they can sit out or come back and get them.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Is there anything that we haven't covered that you'd like to tell us about?
Not that I can think of. We are a full fitness facility. I think most people think that we are a center just geared towards the elderly clients, but we are actually have everything capable of athletes to power lifters to the elderly people.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for stopping in and sharing all that information with us.
And thank you for having me.
Thanks again, David. We'll be right back.
Fayette Regional is the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for the Connorsville Spartans and Franklin County Wildcats. Led by orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Miller, Fayette Regional Sports Medicine provides the student athletes as well as all residents of the Whitewater Valley excellent orthopedic care. Call us at 825-4477 or visit us online at fayetteregional.org.
Welcome back. Joining us now is our own Doug Fischescher from the Director of the Fayette Regional Foundation. Thanks for letting us turn the table on you from host to guest.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be, I'll be answering all the questions this time, won't I? Looking forward to it.
Well, good.
Looking forward to talking a little bit about the foundation and what we're doing.
Awesome. Well, let's start out by finding out a little about your personal background.
Well, I was actually born in the hospital. They say room 202. I'm not sure whether that's true or not, but that's been a few years ago. But was like I say, born in the hospital and spent a couple years here in Connorsville. And my father was in the golf business, so he took a job in Evansville, Indiana. So that for the next, actually, I grew up in Evansville for about 15 years. Went to grade school and part of high school there, and finished my high school career at Culver Military Academy. People sort of ask me, what did I do wrong to my parents that they would send me to a military academy? But it was a great education and a great experience, and went on and played golf at Florida State University and graduated from there in hotel and restaurant management, which really doesn't have much to do with the foundation work that I do, but it's sort of a sales experience and things like that. So, and then after I graduated from Florida State, I came back here to Connorsville.
So what exactly was it that brought you back to Connorsville and Fayette Regional Health Systems?
Well, I started in the faster business. I was in the faster business for 27 years in sales, and so that did a lot of day traveling and things like that, but met my wife here. We got married, and she's originally from the Connorsville area, and so the faster business sort of went away after 27 years. So what had happened was David Brandon gave me a call, had seen my resume, and it seemed that I had gotten out of the faster business. The foundation was closed for about 15 months, and the feeling they wanted to open it back up, so they needed someone that obviously with some sales experience and was well known around the community, I think through my golfing ability and things like that. So had a chance to come to work and friend-raise and fundraise, as they say.
Well, good. We're definitely glad to have you back. Can you give us a little background about the Fayette Regional Foundation?
Well, the foundation started back in 1981. What it does, it provides funding, for the hospital and Fayette Regional Health Systems. It supports programs and services that will obviously, hopefully, ensure continued growth throughout the community. Again, like I said, it started in 1981 with a bequest of $627,000 from the J. Earl Henry family to the hospital, and I think they, with that big of a bequest, they thought, boy, we need to start a foundation, and obviously that's how it got started. Those monies were used to build the primary, what we know is the primary care center now, just north of the campus. But over the years, it's provided funding for a couple major expansions, the 95 and 2003 expansions, and a lot of other renovation and equipment purchase and things like that. So we are a 501c3 nonprofit charitable organization. So, and again, it supports the hospital in order to receive and disperse funds for for the different areas of the hospital. Number one, we talk about what we do. We do about, the hospital does about $60 million a year in charity care, and that's uncompensated care that the hospital doesn't receive. That's bad debt, that's insurance non-payment, Medicare and Medicaid payments. Really, realistically, we only receive 30 cents on a dollar in Medicare, and Medicaid really 15 cents out of a dollar there too. So, and also, the hospital also does about $1.7 million a year in charity, free charity care, I should say, and that's care based on families' income and through the federal poverty guidelines. So, as you can see, we do help out a lot with what goes on in the hospital too.
Absolutely. We're
Really.
very, very thankful for the foundation. So what are some facility projects and upgrades that have been able to be possible through the foundation?
Well, I mentioned, like I say, facilities expansion and renovation. The two biggest ones have been the 1995 expansion, which had to do with the south end of the hospital, where we completely renovated the ER, and on the second floor, all the surgical areas and surgery rooms up there. And then on third floor, the ICU was completely renovated and is up on third floor. In the 2003 expansion was basically the west part of the hospital. We put in an atrium, and then the rehab area up on third floor with the pool and all of those facilities were put in, and we moved the women's group, the birthing center on the second floor, and on the first floor, the oncology area was put in at that point in the 03 expansion. So, and lately, we did a third floor renovation in 2010, which we basically redid all 18 rooms on third floor, completely renovated, new flooring, all of new paint, new TVs, things like that. So we completely renovated those 18 rooms up on third floor. And also in 2015, we added the Jerry Psych program over at the Care Pavilion facility. And also we included a new patio along with the Jerry Psych program, where patients can go out in good weather, get out of the building, do things out there, just enjoy the weather and do potted plants and things like that. So that was made possible by the Nan Lockhart Fund. Dr. Lockhart was a physician here for over 50 years in the early 40s through the 80s. And so with the help of their family, we dedicated the patio to their family. And also different, we bought a new vehicle for the Care Pavilion a couple years ago, but just also a lot of different, we have probably $20 to $30 billion worth of equipment in and throughout the hospital. We use that equipment every day. Some of it, wears out. So we also help with purchase and renovation of new equipment and used equipment, things like that. So we're talking defibrillators, heart monitors, and I mentioned new TVs for the 18 rooms up on third floor.
Awesome. The changes look great at the hospital.
They do.
So thanks
They do.
to the foundation for that. I know that there's several, so you definitely don't have to name them all, but can you share some of the community outreach projects and events that the foundation participates in?
We do, number one, health fairs. We do a lot of health fairs, not only at the hospital, but also at some of the businesses around town and some of the companies like SAPA. We've done health fairs for their employees, Stant Manufacturing, and Howden Roots too. So we're pretty busy doing those types of things. We do probably 4 or 5 blood draws a year at the hospital, and also senior center, for example. We've done them for some of the sororities here in Connersville, also Tri Kappa for one. And also we're involved with a lot of community events. Obviously the fair, we have a booth and facilities up there the whole week of the fair. We do blood pressure screenings, things like that, and give out information, things like that. We also, the CHS events, we help with the athletic training and teams at the school system. And also we're part of the Community Youth Day that they have every year in the summer, in July. So we do get out and do a lot of health-related events with a lot of people.
Absolutely.
So,
Good.
Yep.
So what are some of the typical funding sources for the foundation?
Well, number one, individuals account probably for 70% of the funding that we receive through event sponsorships at our golf outing, our gala, and some of our fundraising events. A lot of individuals put us in their wills and estates. They may have gotten great care for some reason, and they'll involve us in their wills and estates. I'll talk a little bit about. Obviously, the foundation got started from a pretty big bequest from the family, so that is all part of that too. But also, memorial contributions are a big thing from individuals too. Also, corporations and organizations obviously help with event sponsorship. Again, like I said, at the golf outing and the gala, and also charitable funding. There's some corporations and organizations have grant funding, charitable funding available for foundations like ourselves. And also, I talk about the Fayette County Foundation. Some people will set up an endowment through their estate, and we receive funding through the yearly income off of that estate. So, and we also reach out for grant funding, which is part of what we do at the foundation also. State, local, state, and federal government grant funding also. So that's a big part of what we do too.
Okay. So in addition to these, I know that there's a few major events that the foundation does. Can you expand on those for a little bit?
Well, number one, let me talk about the annual appeal. That's getting ready to start. It runs with a 3-month time frame. There's about 13 areas of support within the annual appeal, and then there's different levels of giving with the appeal. And it's one of our 5 fundraising events of the year. It runs, like I said, for 3 months. The objectives of the annual appeal is, number one, to inform the public, let the public know what's going on in the hospital, what kind of funding we need, what kind of different things that we need funding for. And I think number two, it establishes a giving habit with our donors. Some donors, they go through a time period in their life where they're sending kids through school, through college, things like that. I think they get back once the kids leave, things like that. It starts another. It reinvents their giving opportunities, I should say. It's also a basis for planned giving. People that typically donate every year to the annual appeal may down the road put us in their will or their estate as a planned giving gift. And obviously, lastly, it raises money for the foundation. So we focus on individuals in the annual appeal. Team members, we have a lot of team members that give just a little bit, even if it's $10, $25, $50, whatever. All of that still goes to the bottom line. The volunteers at the hospital, which I'll talk a little bit about them later, they are a very giving group, and they certainly also support the annual appeal. The business community here in Connersville, we obviously buy a lot of product and spend a lot of money within the business community here in our community. So they also give back to the appeal. Our suppliers and vendors, obviously we spend a lot of money a year with different suppliers and vendors out of state and everywhere. So they are also very giving as part of the annual appeal. And also grateful patients. We may have someone that may have gotten great care in the heart care center, the birthing center, the oncology area, whatever. And what they'll do is they'll give back through the annual appeal because of maybe some a grateful patient. So that's all part of the annual appeal too. And we talk about, I talked a little bit about the 13 areas of support. Some of those supports are greatest need probably is the biggest. Some people will just say, hey, I want to give money, and whatever you need it for that particular year, that goes towards the greatest need. I've mentioned the Heart Care Center, ER Renovation Fund. So Cancer Care Center, RN Club Scholarship is a scholarship we give away to a graduating senior every year. We give $1,000 away for a senior that is going to enter the healthcare area, and so that's always a popular fund also. But I talk about the Care Pavilion, Women's Center, and things like that. So there are areas that you can direct those the annual appeals money to. So it really helps.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little about the 4 social fundraising events that are held each year?
Well, I talked a little bit about, we partner with the school system here in Connersville, and we run the Fayette 5K, which normally is held in early April. And we usually have about 200 to 300 runners. And so, again, like I say, it started as a partnership with the school system, and obviously helps fund the cross-country teams and track teams, and also benefits the foundation. I mentioned a little bit about our gala. We have an annual gala. This will be the 17th year for it. It'll be held April 28th, actually, 2018. So kind of put that on your calendar, and we're looking forward to it. We have the last 3 or 4 years, we've added a theme to the gala. We've had Treasures of the Heart. We've had a Hollywood gala kind of that went along with the Oscars program one year. And the last year, it was Elegant Night in the Garden, and we're gonna keep that theme for this year, being late in spring, and hopefully we'll have good weather and things like that. But we have it catered. It runs from 6 to midnight. We have it up the Expo Hall, and thanks to your help and a lot of the committee's help, we kind of make we turn the Expo Hall. I always tell people we turn a pig into a princess. So I have a great committee that does a great job in decorating and getting the place looking good for the gala. So, but we have, as part of the gala, we have a silent and live auction. We have about 60 silent auction items that most of them are donated. So obviously it goes pretty quickly to the bottom line, which is a nice thing. We have about 7 or 8 live auction items that we auction off with Rusty Gettinger is our auctioneer, and he does a great job. So part of that it's a great fundraiser part of the gala. So we also have, of course, table sponsorships, different levels of table sponsorships, and again, like I say, auction item sponsorships also. So it's a great thing, and like I say, it's been going on for 17 years, and it's our biggest fundraiser that we put on every year. Annual golf outing, something that I like to do. This will be our 38th year for the golf outing. It obviously is probably the most popular golf outing in the area. It's held at Willowbrook Country Club. We play it on this year. I believe it's August the 25th. It'll be a Saturday. We have 2 sessions of play. We usually get about 200 players each year. Usually about 100 players play in the morning, tee off at 8 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. about another 100 players. We play a scramble format, which is the most popular for most golf outings. It's a 5-man team scramble format, which is a little bit different. But there again, too, we have a lot of our suppliers and vendors donate team prizes and different. We have a food and beverage sponsorship. We have food sponsorship and things like that. So again, we have a lot of our suppliers and vendors really donate and help out with that. So that's usually a long day, but it's a fun day. And the only thing we keep our fingers crossed is hopefully good weather. And then lastly, we added a new fundraiser just about a month ago called Casino for the Cure. The October, November time frame is always a cancer awareness month. So we decided to put together what we called Cancer for the Cure, Casino for the Cure, for the Cancer Care Center. And like I say, it was held first part of November, and we did a casino night, which was really well attended, and we had a good time. So that's a new fundraiser we're putting on this year. So hope to do it in the coming years also.
Absolutely. They've been fun to attend.
Exactly,
So.
exactly.
That's pretty impressive. That's a lot of events. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, Doug?
No, just if anyone needs to get a hold of me, look, and we're obviously for donations or any kind of information on estate planning and plan giving, call me at the office. My number is 765-827-7798, and my email address is dougf@fayetteregional.org. So
Awesome.
love to hear from everyone.
Well, thank you for being our guest today.
Well, thanks, Renee. It's kind of neat to be on the other side of the table.
Absolutely.